This is how you treat your dreams. First of all, you don't listen to society. Society squashes people's dreams. Think about the average dude. Their dream is, well, I want a nice car, I want a nice house, I want a nice wife that does what I say, blah, 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 big family, whatever. And then society completely beats it out of them. Like, well, you can't make enough money to get that house, you can't make enough money to get that car. It's misogynistic to want a traditional wife. You don't have enough money to raise a bunch of kids, blah, 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 blah. And plus, your wife's not even going to be home all the time, so you can't even raise the kids properly. It really beats it out of you, right? But what you have to do is resist this. Because the first step to doing anything is believing you can do it in some sense. If you just go and thinking, well, I'm not going to be able to do this, it's too much money, it's misogynistic to want this, it's bad, blah, 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 well, you're never going to get it. So that's the first thing to do. Believe you can do it. I know it's cheesy, but truly, if you want to get anything done, you need to first believe in yourself. Now, with that being said, the second thing is you need to turn these dreams into goals. Because this is something I always say, and this is my issue with a lot of self-improvement, people on self-improvement. They're kind of just wandering around driving aimlessly. Like, think about this. Think about it like this. The average dude, right, has a beat-up car, right? The average dude's life is like a beat-up car. And they're driving it going absolutely nowhere. There's no end point. They're just driving. I might take a turn here, might take a turn here, might go in a circle, who knows? They don't have an end destination, they're just driving aimlessly. But the person on a normie self-improvement, the average person on self-improvement, it's like they have like a BMW. It's not like the most, personally, my favorite car happens to be a BMW, but within the general point of view, the BMW is not like a Bugatti, it's not like a Lambo, it's not like a Ferrari. Right? It's nice, right? But it's not the premier thing. But that person's also driving around aimlessly with no end goal and no end destination. So in effect, the person driving the BMW and the person driving the rust bucket are in the same situation, in effect. Because they don't have an end goal, they're just driving around aimlessly. And this is how most people approach self-improvement. They're driving around aimlessly without an end goal. Like, well, I meditate, driving around. I meditate, I journal, blah, 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 blah. They're just driving around doing nothing. In reality, because they're not driving towards a final destination. Meanwhile, someone who does it right actually has end goals, right? They're in a car and they actually know, okay, I'm here and I want to drive over to this mall, for example. I want to drive over to this mountain. I want to drive over to this goal. They actually have directions for their goal. They actually have an end goal there. They have an end point, an end destination. And when you have an end destination, you can actually set yourself action. So as far as this relates to dreams, if you have a dream, right, and you want to, let's say, own a big house. Let's do a simple one. Owning a big house. It's like, okay, that's your end destination. How do you get there? Well, you need to make money, obviously. Well, how do you make money? Well, start a business. Well, how do you start a business? Well, I have to figure out an idea, make a website, find product. It's like, okay, well, how do you make a website? How do you find product? How do you get an idea? Well, I get an idea by brainstorming, thinking about things I already like. Make a website, we'll have to get a domain, I have to design it. Maybe pay someone in India like $5 to do it. I have to get people on the website, marketing, so learn short form content, blah, blah. Realize, it's so easy once you figure out your end goal. All that stuff all that stuff's common sense. You just keep going down the line. Okay, I need to do this. How do I do that? And how do I do that? You just keep going until you get to that very start and realize how everything is action. Buying a domain is action. Learning about short form content is an action. Sourcing product is an action. These are all actions. You could put all of these on a whiteboard, all on a piece of paper, and check them off one by one by one. Then you realize, once you start completing these actions and you start getting really good at it, you start getting the end results you want. So for example, when you start a business and you start actually completing the actions and you do a good job, you learn from your mistakes, you start making money. Then when you start making money, at a certain point, you'll be able to get the big house. Boom. There you go. You've achieved your goal. Now, it's simple, but that doesn't mean it's easy. However, when things are simple, there's no excuse not to start. You should be starting whether or not how hard it is. It's simple. Okay? You know what your dreams are. You just have to start reverse engineering them, finding out the path to get to the end goal. So, with that being said, that's how you have to treat. Excuse me. That's how you have to treat your dreams. Okay? And don't give up. I know that's cheesy, but you can't give up because there's no sure way to failing. Like there's no easier way to failing than just giving up. Because at that point, you're not even trying. At least if you try, you have even if you suck at the time, and you know, obviously you're gonna get better. But even at the start, like if you just suck, think about it. Even if you suck, you have a percentage chance. There's some possibility you can actually succeed. But if you just give up, there's a 0% chance. And I'll take the short odds when it comes to actually achieving my dreams and actually doing what I want to do. I'll take the short odds as opposed to no odds. Because what's the alternative? Well, I'm not looking to do my dreams anymore. I'm going to go to McDonald's, get a job, play some video games. Maybe I'll get a wife that will divorce me and not even like me, take my money that I did get. Is that really an alternative that's worth it? I mean, even if you completely struggle for like 5 years and just for the chance of succeeding here, isn't that better than that life? Isn't that life I just illustrated to you that the average person lives complete garbage? Who wants to live that life truly? Not me. I don't know about you. It's a big thing to reflect on because a lot of people don't actually think about this. A lot of people don't think like this. A lot of people don't be the person. This is what I was going to say. There you go. Found it. Don't be the person that says, I have this goal. Okay, I want to have this big house. And you just leave it there. Like, it's like being in a car. It's like, well, I want to be in a big house. You get in your car to go to the destination, and then you just don't move. It's like you're in a car. It's like, well, I want to go to this sports event. Like, imagine this. Imagine this. Let's analogous here. Let's use the car. The car is like action, right? And the event is the end goal, right? So some dude's like, well, I want to go to the Miami Heat basketball game. He gets in his car and he just sits there. I want to go to the Miami Heat basketball game. He's still sitting there. I want to go to the Miami Heat basketball game. He's just still sitting there. That's what it's like to have this goal without taking action. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. So don't also be that person. You need to have goals and you need to take actions towards them. And when you understand the goal, it's very easy to reverse engineer and then be able to take the action. That's the way you treat dreams. Turn them into goals, reverse engineer them, and actually get started. You can do this literally right after you watch this video.